Today we're getting to know Kapha Dosha. So Kapha Dosha is made of the elements of earth and water. When it's in balance, this means that someone who has a lot of Kapha in their constitution is going to be like your really stable friend. They are super grounded. They are emotionally available. They go with the flow and they're kind of like laid back and everything's cool. But when they go out of balance, what do you get when you mix water and earth? You get mud. And somebody who is overwhelmed or stressed out or burnt out, who is burnt out in their kapha, is going to be stuck in the mud. Low energy, unmoving. Like there's this inertia, there's lethargy, there's what it looks like is that depression of everything's too much. I just can't. I don't know where to start. There's too many things going on. Now, that heaviness can also get into the mind where it's difficult to think clearly. You might have clouded thoughts, like, I just can't make sense of anything. Processing of information slows down. Not that you aren't processing information, but it's going to take a whole lot longer for it to make sense. So there's this feeling of dullness, like I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do next. I can't move forward. Now, because Kapha is also usually really emotionally available, when they get burnt out, they're going to become emotionally sensitive. So definitely getting stuck in the feelings. One bad thing happens, their whole day is ruined. It's just not going to get better from here. So if you are noticing that when you get stressed or burnt out or overwhelmed, your tendency is to shut down, just not function. Nothing's happening. You're not accomplishing anything. And frankly, you can't even muster up the energy to care. Okay, that's an imbalance in Kapha. So how we apply the opposites to kind of get out of that imbalance is we want to apply heat. So Kapha kind of cools. They're cold. They're just kind of mud is cold. We're thinking like clay. It's very unmovable. So what we want to do is warm things up a little bit and get some movement into it. But you can't just pick up a piece of clay and get it to move. You have to work with it sort of slowly. So we start with the breath. A great place to start, and it's pretty easy, is Ujjayi breath, often called ocean breathing. So how it works is you're going to kind of breathe like your chest is a bellows, sort of, if you can imagine that. And it's belly breathing. So you want to feel the breath going all the way into the belly, and the belly is moving. So deep inhale, expansion, exhale, contraction. Now, while you do this, you're going to constrict the back of the throat a little bit. And what this really feels like is if you were to fog up a mirror. That kind of constriction that you're feeling in the back of the throat. So practice doing that, just doing a normal belly breathing. Now close the mouth. You're keeping that constriction in the back of the throat, but it's kind of a little more forceful feeling. So now you just want the inhales and the exhales to be pretty even, but you're going to continue breathing like that while kind of visualizing this bellows movement. It's called ocean breathing because in your head, it sounds a little bit like the ocean waves. On the outside, it may not sound so much like that. That's kind of what my dog sounds like when she's getting really snorty. So maybe practice this on your own at home when nobody's looking, because it's not the most attractive breath, but it will create some heat. And as it's generating heat, it creates a little more movement in the body to help get through some of that inertia and lethargy. All right, so give that a try. Let me know if you have any issues with the Ujjayi breathing. I'm trying to talk through this pretty fast, so if you come up against something and you're like, I don't really know what I'm doing, drop it in the comments and we'll problem solve. All right, see ya.